Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to Celtic Rumours TV, episode number 182 of the Bawz and Bovril podcast with myself, Mark. Big Jerry's Wednesday night again. Evening, Jerry boy.
Evening, Marco. How you doing, mate?
I'm good, mate. What about you?
Aye, you know it, living the dream, easy peasy, top of the league.
Aye, they were at the game till just I put a wee note on that, so we were late as well. Big Jerry was at the game, I know it's going to be coming on to now.
No problem.
The podcast for the forum, www.celticrumours.co.uk. The link to that and our Discord and stuff that's on the description box below. Everybody's more than welcome to come in and get involved on there. Just a few shout-outs to some of the boys there. Oh, Paul and his wife, they're still on holiday in Poland. Paul was blitzed out his mind last night, man. The shit he was sending me messages and that, Jerry, honest to God, man.
Fluent in Polish now.
Drank 6 cans and a full bottle of vodka and been told to go to bed and was refusing. We've all been there, haven't we? Do you know what I mean? So I hope he's having a good time out there. Paul, Veronica, wee Ter as well, Jerry McGinn, Tim Alloy, JFP, Mikey, Kev, Malika, Big Jabba. Yeah, I think that's all I can think of. Yeah. Who we got in the night? Bobby was first in as always. Evening, Bobby. Enki, nice to see you again, mate. Liam Doyle, Peter Boyle. Perth, I know, Peter, every time I see your name, because I know a guy from Hamilton who called Peter Boyle away out to Australia to Stein. I mind asking you if you were him, but obviously you're not. Evening, Brian, Mr. Positivity. McMullen, nice to see you, mate. Chris Curtis, hail. Patrick McLaughlin as well, nice to see you in again, Patrick. Wally, thanks for coming in. Greg as well there, Greg. And evening, Greg, how you doing?
You've done it again.
Done what?
I forgot your missus.
Oh, have I?
Aye.
Wait, I didn't even see her on the list.
Aye.
Aye.
Imagine that. Don't worry, I'll look out for you.
I'm still staying up. What's going on here? Evening, grot bags.
Shocking.
Well, I don't how did I not see that? Maybe I've got her blocked on my list.
Aye, more than likely. It's the same with my missus. She's blocked on WhatsApp. She can never get me.
Well, we'll go to you then, Jerry. You can start seeing as you were at the game. What did you think then?
Brilliant. Couldn't be happier. I mean, we knocked the ball about fantastic. Weren't under a great deal of pressure. But I think we had to get the man of the match at the game, but you could have gave it to a number of them. There was nobody that put a foot wrong the day at all for me. But some of the play was a joy to see. You could be a wee bit overcritical and at times say that we were trying to score the perfect goal and walk the ball into the net, but we played some brilliant one-touch football and the passing was brilliant. So overall, very happy. And as I say, I think he touched on it before, Mark, about Kuhn. He looks a lot bigger and a lot stronger. And I thought he was fantastic. But another thing, I don't know, somebody had said in the pod last season about Palmer not having any pace. I think he's got pace. And Kuhn, he showed a good burst of pace today as well. So, no, all in all, fantastic. Thought we'd done really, really well. The whole team were outstanding.
Kuhn's rapid, isn't he?
Aye.
You can see that burst of pace. I mean,
shifts his body weight very, very well. He beat a man.
It is a kind of, you can see why. I mean, we all kind of wrote him off. You know what I mean? Me and Brian were talking this on the live chat today. He was wrote off, but then seeing when we read about the problems he had, everybody cut him a bit of slack because you could see there was a player in there, but it just looked that lightweight and stuff like that. But I mean, I said in the live chat today, I think he's got to rip this league up this year. I really do.
Aye, there's a player there. It's just, it depends on the consistency. I think that's been his problem over the last couple of seasons before he came to us. He blew hot and cold, but he's had a really good pre-season. He looks as if he's put on some muscle, and it was brilliant today. But the whole team were first class today.
I mean, you've got to look at it as well. That's Kuhn's the only Brendan Rodgers signing that actually started that game today.
Aye, well, I was saying that to one of the boys on the bus. He was the one that Rodgers wanted, and you've got to give a bit. I mean, we keep waiting for all Rodgers players to come in, but he's the one that, apart from Schmeichel, he's the one that Rodgers really wanted and quite clearly rates. So he's had a good pre-season. So let's hope this is just the beginning, and he can kick on for there.
I mean, it's good as, I mean, that we all know that we're going to see it. There will be players brought in, we know that. But it's good to see that's what we're working for as a base.
Aye, it's previously, I think there was criticism with Rodgers that he didn't have a great eye for a player. He was better at developing them. So, but if Kuhn's the kind of what we're looking at and hoping to bring in, then it is a good sign of things to come. But I dare say, I'm hoping more than anything that we're going to be bringing players in. But I'm not overly confident, Mark.
Aye, definitely. Well done, Patrick. There you got 41 shot up at Goodwood. That's horse racing into it. Well done, mate. No, there definitely will be players brought in. I see some boy on Twitter talking to Peter Lowell today. And he's saying Peter Lowell, I mean, the boy, I think it was his kids. The boy put up on Twitter that he was just said to him, you need to start spending money on that. And see Peter Lowell tell him that that's part of the plan. Don't know if the boy's at it. He's got a picture of him, he's waving with Peter Lowell, do you know what I mean?
Lowell's just going to let him know, he's going to be part of it. Aye. He doesn't care.
The burger bar boy, it's a burger van, mean to be burger van boy on the forum used to come up with all the mad stories.
He met Shay Given, near my favourite transfer, Andy. Remember him and Robbie Keane?
Aye.
So, brilliant today. Fantastic. Big Schmeichel never had much to do, but even when the ball gets to him, he's better. 100 times better than Big Joe with the ball at his feet, and he's always looking to move it quick. So it was fantastic. But as I say, we weren't put under a great deal of pressure. They were just wanting to sit back and try and give us the ball and make it difficult to break down. But no, It was always coming. There was never any doubt today.
I mean, even that wee Armstrong that plays for them, I thought he'd a quiet game. He usually gives us a bit, do you know what I mean? He usually gets stuck in a bit us and kind of sticks out, but he didn't even do much today, didn't he? No?
It never came on to second half. He never came on to about an hour gone.
Was that how I never heard his name?
I was thinking, I was exact same as you until they shouted the subs, and he came on for whoever was number 11 for them. I was thinking that Armstrong's normally sticks out, but no, he never done it.
We just see the first time he was mentioned. That's what came out. I thought, that's the first time I've heard his name mentioned today.
Aye, nah. I don't know why, because I say he had a decent season last season, and I thought he would maybe be one of the types of players we've been looking at him, and obviously McGowan for Dundee.
Mikey says he had a great game. Mikey
was just about to ask, aye, all right.
Aye, Mikey said he was the best player in the park. Cracking player.
Not as much, but I will wait and see. But I know, fantastic. What about that so-called post that Lowell wanted ban? You're talking about him. Did you have a wee read at that?
Aye.
I seen it on our group chat, or a Discord rather.
Aye, it's like, I mean, I like James. I say it all the time. He's the only kind of blogger that I read every day and every article he puts up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't agree with a lot of stuff he says. I've spoke to James a couple of times. I wouldn't call him a friend, but we've spoke about stuff and we go on all right and stuff like that. So I'm not going to sit and slag him off. But if that's what he thinks and that's his opinion, it's still his opinion.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? There's no. It's still. Is there truth in it? There'll be truth in it, but I don't know. I don't just buy. I can't just buy into this kind of Peter Lowell just runs an absolute show at Celtic. I just can't. Because otherwise, what's the point of paying Michael Nicholson as the CEO wage and that? And just, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's just. I mean, it's
still
shouldn't be.
As well, mate.
If it is true that they did threaten him with legal action and that to take it down, that's no right. That's 100,000,000% no right. Because that's the kind of thing like them across the road do. You know what I mean? You've got to toe the party line, or you don't get into like. What were they going to do? Stop James getting into the press conferences and stuff like that. That's definitely no right to do that just because you're outspoken against something.
But do you want to give the ones that are listening a wee kind of background on what we're talking about? Because there's a couple of them asking.
It was James Forrest, the blogger, put up an article the other day, and it was just, it was a great article. Just how he perceived things. I mean, James obviously is in press conferences and he's got good contacts in the sports. So a lot of it will be probably close to the truth. Aye. But it's just basically how the Celtics regressed for Ange was here through how the transfers were, and how when Lowell came in as chairman again and stuff like that, and everything's just went back to the way it was. Don Mackay came in and we get everything done quickly and blah blah, and then he get pushed out for like Lowell's placement, Michael Nicholson, and we went back to like the kind of dragged out bickering their monies and fees and stuff like that.
And transfers.
And Lowell try to pull the strings on who we actually saying and stuff like that. But I mean, if they have come in and asked him to take it down or threatened him with whatever and all that, but it's not anything that nobody else has said or wrote about before.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm a bit. I've read it, I've sent it on, I put it on the Discord and stuff like that. So, but I maybe better have maybe read it again. Is it maybe get a wee bit too personal towards Peter Lowell or even Mark Lowell or something maybe? Nothing sprung out at me like that kind of way. Do you know what I mean? But it's a weird, if that is what happened. It really is a strange one.
Aye. Okay, no, it's definitely. It's to me, it's no. I kind of agree with a lot of stuff that you said. But without knowing the truth, it's hard to you're forming your own opinion, and I've not got a high opinion of our board and the way they do transfer deals. Lowell's made us a lot of money over the years, but we've made ourselves a lot of money as well. I mean, I'm pretty certain that there's another people in that position that would be able to get some of the deals, and from then I'll never forgive him for appointing Lennon in the shivers and just obviously dismissing anybody that's applied for the job previous. We got lucky. We get an inch when we did after being dragged out with the How carry on, and then for us to appoint his son, who was supposedly the best option out of everybody in the whole wide world, he was then the best option again for his position. I don't agree with it, and that's part of, I've always said it, coaching wise and on the board. The problem at Celtic has been it's jobs for the boys. We don't always look for the best possible person for the position. It comes back to Old Pals Act, and that's no the proper way for us to be as strong as possible. That's my take on it.
Well, that's you getting back into the Kellys and Whites times. Even though, thank very much for coming in, mate, just caught your name there. Henky, you know the same Henky that's in the Discord group?
No.
Is it? No. Well, I thought that was the same Henky.
No, I thought it was any earlier on.
Because I've just got to say, I put that link to that article up on the Discord group. I'm not wanting to put it in here because if he's been threatened, you're not wanting to push it about in like serious public places and that. That's what Henky, I put it on the Discord the other day.
Aye, it was on Discord yesterday, mate.
Well, somebody can dig it up. Well, but if you're fanning about on the Discord, find that and stick it back up for Henky or that, will you, bud?
Mm-hmm.
But sorry, Jerry, that threw me off. What were we talking about?
You were going back. You said you were going back to the Whites and the Kellys in that era and the way it was run. But it's fine. What about do you think we'll keep O'Reilly or do you think he'll be off, Matt?
Every morning I wake up, I've changed my mind. That's it. Do you know what I mean? I think it's mere hope. I think it's maybe mere hope.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? But see now if it's true that Chelsea and that are sniffing about him and things like that, there's some big teams in there.
Oh, he's not got to a basket case. He's not got to go to Chelsea. That Cole Palmer struggles at times to get a game for them, the player he is. So he's not going to Chelsea. He's not going to Chelsea.
If he's catching Chelsea's eye, that's what I mean. And there's a month still to go in this window. Yep. He'll be getting scouted with some of the biggest teams in Europe this over the next couple of weeks.
Aye. We believe the press we're going to need 2 midfielders and a centre forward just to replace O'Reilly, Hitati and Kyogo.
I honestly can't see Celtic allowing O'Reilly and Hitati base to go.
No.
I really can't. That would be absolute craziness to lose. I mean, that's you're basically ripping the guts out your midfield there.
Aye.
Pardon me.
I think he'll be. I do think he'll be off. If we're getting 25 for 20 odd million plus whatever add-ons, I think he'll be off. But at the same thing, I don't think there's any chance of him selling the two of them. And I don't think. What about Kyogo? Do you think he'll be with us?
Aye.
I
mean, the thing about see this way of changing agents. I've spoke about it with a few times on the podcast. Majority of times when players are changing agents, there's money to be made and there's a move in the pipeline. But I don't think it'll be this summer. I think it'll be next summer that Kyogo will go.
I don't think it'll be this summer.
Did you get that thing that was flying about WhatsApp? It was pardon me, excuse me. KT was due back, but the injury scoopered that.
See all that nonsense.
Kyogo was going to Spurs for £18 million.
Nonsense, aye. Don't
wouldn't
believe
put
any of
much.
that.
Nah.
Nah, that's somebody playing fit by manager. I seen that was flying about. Kyogo was off for 18 million. Tierney was coming in for 9 million. The injuries scuppered. Nah, nonsense. I don't think Kyogo will be off this summer. Definitely no. I think we'll have another season out of him and Hatate at least.
Patrick. No, Maeda's injured, didn't he? He went off injured against
Chelsea.
That's how he wasn't playing the day, Patrick.
Yep.
What about James Forrest today?
Worked his socks off. Unreal.
Great performance for him.
Aye. Rolling back the years.
Aye.
He's.
I mean, this is his last year, isn't it?
Yes.
His last year, his contract anyway. But he said that he doesn't want to play for anybody else. But I mean, see if James Forrest can keep it. Seeing what you've seen in pre-season and the day, he's just carried on the form that we saw from him at the end of last season. If he can keep that up, even as coming off the bench, that kind of role for him.
Of course.
I'll be more than happy for James Forrest to be a part of your squad. And it's been a long time for I've said that, because I was never his biggest fan. I never thought he done enough in the team. I really didn't. For me, I thought he was a bit selfish in that. He should have had a lot more assists and goals. And I know that's a bit stupid saying he's selfish. He should have more goals, but I don't know. I was just never really his biggest fan. But if he can do what he's doing now and just keep that up, even again, he looks fitter than he ever did when he was younger.
I was saying that to one of the boys in the bus. I thought he looked a lot fatter. He looked a lot quicker as well. So I'd be happy with James get another year. I know it's first game of the season. You're saying you'd be happy with him getting another year, but if he can keep up that level of performance, I mean, we'd have been lost with him last season. See the tail end of last season. We needed him. He stood up to be counted, and he helped us get over that line. And I dread to think if we never had him, how we would have fared. But no, fantastic, brilliant today. Worked really hard. Looked a lot fitter. Looked as if he was right up for it. So no, over the moon for him.
They've been unofficial, but everybody's in a dug saying that McCarthy's away, isn't they?
Aye. Well, you text me that yesterday.
Aye.
But, I don't know. I mean, what's the script with him? Is he still training up there or what?
I think he was training with the B team, wasn't he?
Frightening.
Aye.
I know he'd be picking up a wage in that, man, but at his age, he'd be playing the last few years of your career.
Is he fit enough to play?
The right level? No, he wouldn't be. I thought he's not be fit enough for us.
No, I was talking to somebody the other day, and he dropped it into the conversation, and he said, this is what KT's got coming to him, for playing so many games when he was a young boy in that. They're saying that's what's wrong with McCarthy. Just see all the games he played for that. Like, I mean, what age was he? 16 when he started playing with Accies in the Premier League, the Scottish Premier League, wasn't it?
Yep.
You know what I mean? And that's what he said, and that's what the boy said to me. He says, that's what KT will end up like, just like 32, and just that'll be him done, totally done. Paddy Power said, they've already paid out in Celtic winning the league.
Brilliant.
Aye.
I hope they don't jinx us.
Oh, no.
Chris Fraser, hail, mate. All the best. He'd put up previously up the tap about was it for Houston to Garngad?
Right.
I've got a lot of family there, and then he's saying hail again. Aye, McCarthy should have been away long time ago, but he's up there picking up a wage for nada.
For trying to keep fit. It's like Scott Bain's getting paid to keep fit, and James McCarthy was getting paid to try and keep fit.
Aye. It's no bad gig if you can get it. But see, the KT thing, KT never played. What age did he break into the first team? 19?
Was he no younger than that?
No. That's folks here about him playing all these games when he's younger. For me, he's not played any more games than a lot of the kids or the boys his age. He's had a few injuries and he's played through a few injuries, but he's chocolate. He's made of chocolate. I've heard the argument that it's because he played through the pain barrier for us, but I don't know if it's some folk are prone to injuries more than others.
2015 he made his debut. 9 years ago. He'd be about 80, 27 now.
Aye. 18, 19.
Aye, but 17 or 18 it would work out at. But he was constantly. But he played every single game.
Aye.
Do you mind? Do you know what I mean? He played.
Aye. Look, he's had a good rest since he went to Arsenal. So.
But was that, yeah?
He's had a good rest since he went to Arsenal.
Aye. I mean, you don't like to see that. Do you know what I mean? Especially for a young guy. You don't like to see that for it happening to any player. Do you know what I mean? But especially somebody that's came through the Korean youth system and was such a good player for us.
So I'm saying, has he played more games than James Forrest when he came through at that age? James Forrest, well, you always think he's a lot quicker.
James Forrest, maybe he'll played a lot more games, probably James Forrest, but James Forrest comes off the bench a lot.
Aye.
Throughout his career, do you know what I mean? Whereas KT was playing 90 minutes week in and week out.
Aye. I would have been happy with blowing £9 million on KT even before that injury. But, because we know his injury record wasn't the greatest over the last few years. And you think the wages he'd be wanting to come back as well.
I mean, before he's only four games off his 500 games for us.
I know, frightening, isn't it?
Aye.
Over 100 goals now, over 100 assists.
I mean, fair play to the lad, do you know what I mean?
Aye, definitely. He's made the most of it.
Aye. One of Celtic's most decorated players ever. You know what I mean? He's had a testimonial. He'll be minted. He got away with flashing his bobby in the disco.
Not with that, man. Depends. Depends who gifted you, do you know what I mean? Might be all right. What about the striker situation after Ida getting booed yesterday? Do you think you'll end up here?
Aye. I think it's just a case of who blinks first.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying, I'm not sticking up for the board saying this, but there's no way that this is all Celtic board's fault. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying I'm not saying it's no partly their fault. They should be trying to negotiate a fee rather than maybe trying to play hardball or just staring them out kind of. But for Ida to pull the stunt and no turning up for that flight and stuff like that, that's to me that's Ida isn't happy with what Norwich are doing.
Yep.
Because he's not hurting. He's only hurting himself. If you get what I mean.
Aye. Yep.
If it was Celtic, that if Ida and his agent thought Norwich were asking for a reasonable fee, whatever reasonable package with add-ons, whatever, if they thought that Norwich were being reasonable and Celtic were being they were being stingy and dragging their heels on it, why would they take it in Norwich? Do you get what I mean by that? Why would they go in a kind of huff with Norwich and not turn up for a flight with Norwich haven't done anything wrong?
I get it. I get you. But then the argument you could have to that or whatever is, well, what about Bernardo? We knew we were going to pay for him, the $6 million, and then we're haggling for 13 weeks to try and get when we already knew.
But it's no see just because you've got an option to buy somebody, right? That doesn't mean that nothing's set in stone with that. You've got an option to buy them. That means that you've got you kind of jump the queue to the transfer negotiations and stuff like that. But I mean, there would be like a certain ballpark figure. See, supposing it was $6 million, because it'd be a case of we're interested in him. We want an option to buy him. Blah blah blah. And right, the option, right? We're talking about 18 million. Oh, forget, right? But Celtic's not taking that on. You know what I mean? We can say, well, can we just get him in loan then without the option to buy or even that? But, so they're like, right, say they did come out and say, Benfica did come out and say, right, it'll be about €6 million or whatever. Right, Celtic's like, right, fair dues. That's no set in stone. There's still negotiations to go on for that. There's no, that's an obligation, that's what you call an obligation to buy. You signed somebody, see like we done with, was it Maeda we done it with, or was it Awata? We done it with one of the Japanese players, I'm sure.
I know. Maeda was obligation to buy, was it not? Was that a loan because he came in January?
Aye, it was.
The summer.
With obligation to buy, so that's set in stone and done, and everything's in place for that. But the actual option to buy, you still need to negotiate the fine details of everything. So Norwich, even if Norwich have turned around and says, "Oh, we want €8 million for him," they're quite entitled to do that. I'm not saying they're right. I'm not saying Celtic should just say, "Oh, right, fair dues, we'll pay that," but they're still entitled to do that. So people see, like when they were saying, we should have had the option to buy in place for Ida and that. It really wouldn't have made much difference. Norwich could have still upped the ante or whatever it is.
Aye, that's fair. Well, if they've agreed the €6 million and they're wanting the boy pay the €6 million.
I mean, maybe for all we know, they've said either right. Well, it's a bit different because with no option to buy, they've not even kind of quoted Celtic any kind of price.
I mean, do
you know what I mean? I mean, it worked for us. It worked for us with Bernardo. People are saying, "Oh, they're dragging their heels and screaming Celtic penny pinching." But some people are saying we've actually only paid $3 million up front for Bernardo. The rest are just add-ons. Do you know what I mean? The next couple of days or week or that, you'll come out you'll be able to get a better grasp of the actual fee and stuff. But it works both ways. Do you know what I mean? Maybe we've got a bit shaved off the transfer fee, but there's been another 5% added onto the sell-on fee. Do you know what I mean?
I was going to say they'll hump us. They'll hump us for the sell-on fee, 100%.
Just off part of these crazy negotiations and stuff. A big jabber there, evening jabber.
A blast for the past jabber, What's happening?
I'm just in for the game, I know. I tell him, message you to see if you could get a lift to him if you were driving or on the bus or whatever.
He messaged me, just saying, "Are you at the game?" I responded saying aye. But I never had that. It was another new number he's got. So he's more than welcome to jump in the bus. He could have sat in my knee, no bother. Well, he's asking for a link. Fire that out to him pronto to see if he's going to come on. If he's coming on, this is the best start to the season ever. Get that link out to him. He'll not come on.
No.
Aye, shite bag. He'll not come on. But aye, they'll hammer us for a sell-on fee because I think they've done it with. They've made a fortune. We sell on for players and for player sales as well. So fair play to them.
Aye, I mean, I don't mind. See if you're getting a good player, I don't mind giving a healthy. Whoever we've got them after getting a healthy sell-on fee for them. As long as we make money after them and we've had 2 or 3 year right good service after them, no problem. But because I think this is the type of thing that it maybe help us get like better standards of players, Jerry. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
Because because we know clubs know that Celtic will get a player in, and we can sell them for, if they do the damage, we can sell them for 15 million, 18 million, 20, 25 million pounds. So they know that even if they take a wee bit, if they want £8 million for a player, I will take 5 off of them. They know they're going to get the 3 million plus back with the add-ons once they actually goes and gets moved on.
Exactly, definitely. But I think I don't know. We'll wait and see. I think if we get we've got Bernardo in, but if we get Ida in, could you see us selling Kyogo in this window? No.
No, see that earlier on. No,
definitely no. That's fine. I don't think we'll let him go. I don't think we'll let Hatate go. I think O'Reilly's the only one for that starting 11 really the day that we're any jeopardy losing.
I'd agree with that. I really do. I don't think I mean, there's obviously going to be interest in other players.
Yep.
But I really don't see much to worry about the new anyway.
No, 100% no. And if this is the
last... Just a Riley one, that's the only kind of worry.
And if this is the last throw the dice or the last time we're going to get straight into the Champions League, we're having to play qualifiers as well. You know how we like to sell a player at the end of the season to try and make the money up. So I think we'll wait to the summer for poor Kyogo to get punted.
I see AJ in the paper today. I don't even know what paper it was. I read it online, but and he's talking about having they want to have a right go in the Champions League this year. And how it was just, he felt as if they were doing. We were saying they felt they were doing well, and then it was like stupid mistakes and late on in the game, and they were getting sucker punched and stuff like that.
Last season.
Aye. Do you know what I mean? That's what he's saying.
Last season, I felt we started fairly well. I mean, we were 3 games out of the Champions League, and we thought we hadn't disgraced ourselves. We thought we'd just that a bit naive, and we'd shot ourselves in the foot with a couple of the decisions, and we were a bit unlucky. I didn't think after this is the first 3 games that we'd done terrible. I thought we're maybe just a wee bit unlucky, a bit naive, and it's stuff we could learn from. The next 3 games were drastically opposite for that, and then the kind of season after that, we went through a kind of a bad spell, and that's we let the monkeys kind of get their noses back in front. But no, at the start of last season, I thought we were, considering who we had brought in and the summer we had had, I thought we'd done quite well. But as you said, it's just try to keep this going, Mark. And obviously, if we can add some quality to this first 11, then we should be not too shabby.
I mean, I keep getting back to it. It's the CDM position. So I'll just take a drink here, Jerry. It's the CDM position that bothers me. Because you go back and you watch the Champions League games, and McGregor doesn't get across to cover like Alistair Johnson getting caught forward and stuff like that. And that's what your CDM needs today. And I said on the forum about it last night, and somebody said, well, we've got the new, right, I suppose we're still the same players we've got the new. We've got that many, we've got Cal McGregor, Hatate, O'Reilly, Bernardo, is Home going to be in the shout, Awata, who else? There's somebody else here. But no, we can't just keep stockpiling. But I'd maybe tweak the tactics a bit and play with 2 in there.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? Like we done. I'm not saying go back to even the 4-2-3-1, but just play with 2 holding midfielders in there. And just in the Champions League, just in Europe, to tighten up, getting overrunning midfield. Con's actually, I was thinking of Con. I mean, it's a terrible thing to say because he's a great captain and only, I mean, he did a bit of a lull last term, but McGregor, he pulled through it and came back at the end of the season again. But he's a fantastic player. Knowing his game could probably play for a lot bigger, richer club than Celtic. No bigger, richer, do you know what I mean? A bigger league and stuff like that. But knowing the position that he's playing in the new, it's just.
It still looks as if he can get about the park and that anyway, but I totally agree with you. In Europe, he's going to get found out at times playing that CDM role. And I totally agree, but well, wait and see. I don't think a CDM would be high up on Rodgers' list of priorities with the way he wants to play anyway, mate. You know, we had the problem first time round. He wouldn't deviate for his setup. But his system, the CDM doesn't feature in his, or never featured in his priorities then. I know it was a wee bit different. See, when he went to Leicester, he had that big
Scott Brown. He played 4-2-3-1 when he was at Celtic. He had Scott Brown and Cal McGregor in there.
What, in Europe? We were a laughing stock when he was here in Europe.
Aye, in Europe, aye. But we still played 4-2-3-1.
But in Europe, we were an absolute joke with the 2 of them playing there. It was all right playing playing that way domestically, but Europe, we were a joke.
Aye.
He had a proper CDM in that indeed at Leicester. But I don't think, for me, the way I think he's wanting to play, I don't think he'll be playing with a CDM. Although it's something we'd all be crying out for if it was us.
I mean, let's be honest, McGregor can't even tackle. See, every time McGregor goes in for a tackle, I'm waiting on the whistle going. No, I mean, it's just part of his game.
Yep.
I mean, see when you think back to Cal McGregor when he was a young player and that, see even when Scott Brown was still here, for me, Cal McGregor's, I don't know how to put it, he's not as effective in the Celtic team if Scott Brown left. Does that make sense? I mean, see when he was younger, many used to chip in with, like, what I used to call it the Paul Scholes goals, arriving late in the box at the edge of the box and stuff like that. And he does, that's gone for his game now. I mean, even the day, there was one time the day that I think it was easier for me to shoot and he tried to pass it.
Aye, no, I know what you mean.
See, I mean, he's got bags and bags of ability, but for me, he doesn't show it. He's not playing in the position he shows his full extent of his ability. He really isn't. Because a lot of the time, all he's doing has been that kind of pivot. The ball just comes to him and he'll just pass it on to the next person. Instead of doing what we know he can do, trying to create stuff, he's creating.
He done it a couple of times last season when we needed it, and that was against the Monkeys. He drove us forward and tried to create chat. But I get entirely what you're trying to say.
Oh, that game against Stein, that was one of the best performances I've seen for Cal McGregor in a long, long time. That was outstanding that day against Stein. It really was. And that's the Cal McGregor. That's what he should be. That's the level in the performances that he should be. We should be seeing for him every week, week in and week out.
Yep. Aye. Well,
evening, Greg. How are you doing?
Good to have you with. Good to be here, Mark. Thanks for letting me on.
Oh, no bother, bud. What you got to say for
it? Just kind of what I expected today. I had sent out a team prediction to Big Chair, and I got 10 out of the 11 right, and I predicted 3-0. So Anthony Ralston done me in the last minute, but delighted. It's kind of what I expected, and it's just again a great way to start the season. I've spoken to a couple of people that have been at the game, and they were basically saying any one of the 11 could have been man of the match. So thumbs up, delighted, and long may it continue.
Well, I mean, I don't think anybody disagrees with that. I mean, I've seen some doing the forum start nitpicking about skills, or he misplaced 6 or 7 passes and stuff. I mean, you could nitpick things like that all day, but I'm with you, Greg. I don't think any player out there deserves any criticism at all today.
No. You could have, that's what I said at the start, you could nitpick the whole, with too many touches, but let's get real here. It was a fantastic, it was a great, I know it's Kilmarnock, we don't want to get too carried away, it was a great opening day performance. We've not had many of them over the years.
Here's the question, right?
Brilliant.
Yeah. So 2 months ago, Brendan Rodgers says that James Forrest is the best winger at the club. Is that still the case?
I thought it was brilliant. We've said it. I thought it was brilliant today. But if Kuhn can keep up the level of performances that he's shown in pre-season and today, then I would probably disagree with it. But that's when we signed Kuhn. We're listed at some of the reviews. The problem he's had throughout since the start of his career is consistency. He's no. There's been a player there, but it's no good turning up one every 4 games. We need to do it week in, week out. So if we can do it week in, week out, we've got a player there. But again, I don't know if it's Forrest get through a wee purple patch between the end of last season, pre-season, and today. He's done really, really well. But I know what you're going to get at. It's a sad state of affairs if James Forrest's the best winger we've got at this club. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, not at all. No, I'm just delighted that he performed well today.
Did Rodgers know say that he was quicker than Maeda?
Do you know something, Mark? See the day it was at the second half, he tracked back, and before I said there's no chance in hell that he's quicker than me. He was rapid. I couldn't believe how quick he was getting back there to close the man down.
Oh, it definitely looks like, we said it earlier to you, Jerry, it definitely looks a hell of a lot fitter and like he's lost some weight in that. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
I mean, what age is he again? 33? Is he 32?
32, I think he is. Hold on, I've got his page open and on another screen. Oh, he's
One of the
33.
things-
He just turned 30. Just turned 33 last month.
Aye. And then we remember what 25 years ago, Gordon Strachan, 37, winning the league with Leeds. So I'm not saying he's got another 5 years on him, but or 4 years on him. But you know, I think we're always just too quick to overlook age, aren't we?
But I've said this before. I've said this before, even on the podcast. Why not? Chili's when James Forrest. I mean, right, that's him 33. See, like today, if he was coming off the bench, why not? Like, try him like playing as a number 10 kind of role. Just, you know what I mean? Just getting the. I mean, see that part. I don't know who it went to in the second half. He hit the pass. He was out on the left hand side. And he hit the pass with outside his foot. Was it Hatati?
Aye.
On the edge of the area. I mean, Forrest passing in that quality. So see, just sitting in the middle of the park and passing the ball about, he could maybe do a good job in there in certain games. Do you know what I mean? Just to prolong his career and maybe offer the team something a bit different.
Yep. Look, our first 11's stronger than it was last season, but our squad's weaker. I think if we can keep Forrest as doing what he's doing, I wouldn't be starting him every game. I would try to nurse him through this season, bring him on when we need him, and start him when we need him, give him a rest, and try and manage him properly, because we know he's prone to a hammer, calf, or whatever, or muscular injuries throughout the season. So if we can manage him right, I think he'll do not too shabby.
I keep saying that, right? That thing with Riley, right? For a start, it was a Stonewall penalty, in my opinion. I don't know what you used to think about it. But, I mean, we scored a goal for a corner the day. There was a bit of variety with set pieces. Do you get what I mean? See, like what I'm saying, like the Matt Riley we chipped to Kyogo. Last season, that wasn't happening. Last season, somebody's taking a dig for you and it's going 20 yards over the bar. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
I mean, right, asking even in the chat, right? When was the last time you can remember Celtic scoring for a corner? Did we even score one for last season?
The last one I can remember off the top of my head was it Starfield? That might not just be the last one I can remember was Starfield, but I think there was one in between then at least.
I mean, that's ridiculous. I think he's saying Skill scored last season.
Did he?
He scored with a header, didn't he?
Was that for a corner? But aye, was it?
Aye, for a corner. Skills scored.
I mean,
it was a kind of backward header, wasn't it?
Jack, I've already asked him if it sounds okay, and he says it's all right.
No, there's a crackle now. There is.
Do you know, that's my phone, guys. It's just, I'm going to have to get a new phone. This is an absolute nightmare.
It's that Nokia.
It's terrible, man. Still playing Snake. Right, I'm going to get a better phone and come back on. This is torture.
Right, we're still waiting on Jabber to come on anyway.
Aye, we're waiting on Jabber anyway.
Aye. Right. See you later, Greg.
Right, cheers, Greg. Catch you later on, bud.
Aye, it's
the crackling's away now.
Aye, that's his phone, man. Oh, he can't now. See, I knew he was coming on. What's
the point of that?
Aye, lost his bottle.
Sobered up.
He'll
He'll be sobered up and shot it now.
Aye, so either this week, what you think? Nah, no, maybe so.
I thought, I'm not even saying anything about it, man. I thought he'd have been in by this week, didn't I? I thought he'd have had 3 new signings for the start of the day, didn't I? I was like, well, if Ida, Bernardo, and another one.
It's just if Kyogo gets injured,
I know.
we're banging bother. The minute he goes down, you're shitting yourself just in case that's him.
See that one the day?
Aye, I know. That's exactly it.
Aye, see if you watch it, the way he went down, he landed in his arm, and I thought, oh no, man, see if that's a shooter away. Because,
Aye.
I mean, let's face it, if Kyogo goes down there injured, and we're desperate. What's strong with Norwich done and saying, see that 8 million, baby, we want 10 now.
You would go to Mayov, you would go for Mayov's, get half that. You'd go and get him for half that. But again, clubs would they would know they're putting us out of a barrel, but they're not going to get more than £5 million for that Mayovsky.
No, but I'm just meaning, but even at that, we're that desperate. They know we're sitting there with £100 million in the bank, and our main striker just went out that shoulder injury.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? You're saying clubs would just know that they've got us out of a barrel.
Yep, definitely, 100%.
And this left back situation, that's stunning me. I know
it's still not been addressed. Still not. But I'm trying to remain confident and think I will get the signings in. Rodgers is control, but I've messaged yourself and JFP. You know, I mean, I've not got great faith in this board to deliver, but I was saying to my neighbour this morning, we're walking down to Mass, if Rodgers had to walk because he wasn't getting backed, you couldn't blame him. And all he's got to do is come out and say, look, it's the board fanning about and messing about. That's the reason that we've not getting the quality that we should be.
Do you know I think he seems quite relaxed about it? And people are kind of twisting his words. I mean, see that thing about he says you can't snooze. For me, that wasn't him just talking about transfers. He was talking about everything in general. His mantra is you can't snooze. We keep doing what we do. We're working on transfers, but we work on getting better as the group, the news. It wasn't. People just try to look for different meaning and stuff. A lot of the times, I think when Rodgers comes out and says stuff. When he says he had a meeting with Michael Nicholson and Chris Mackay when they were out in America, and it was a case of that laying down the law, and that was him putting all the blame on them that things weren't happening and that. They tell you he had a meeting with them. They discussed what they were. Do you know what I mean? I've said it for the start. I was putting my faith, and I'm still doing it. I'm putting my faith in Rodgers this window because I think that he's going to be having the final say on these signings. Do you mind him and Dermot Desmond did the big meeting a few months ago and that? I think that was where things were put in place that it was going to be Rodgers. And as Rodgers came out himself, he said he could have signed umpteen players, but he wants to sign the right players. So I'm putting my faith in Rodgers, but I'm seriously pissed off that we need players for big positions, right? We're talking about Ida, right? But Rodgers has said he needs 3 strikers. Who's the third striker going to be? Why can we not go and get that tied up while we're working on the Ida deal?
Yep.
Why can we? Right, it's like your left back thing. This is a worry for me. With the Greg Taylor, the last year his contract. If we bring in ex-player that Greg Taylor right away knows he's getting dropped for, Greg Taylor will have a transfer request in within hours because he's not going to be happy sitting being Celtic's second choice left back. And at his age, he's only got a year left in his deal. But even at that, he's not going to sign a new contract if he's going to be back up. We need to sell him if we're going to have money off him. We're going to let him see out the final year and leave for nothing. And if we sell Greg Taylor this window, we're back to the same situation. We've only got one left back.
Unlike Celtic, don't let a player get into the last year of their contract.
Exactly.
So is there an option for us to... There must be something there, Matt. I just can't see how Celtic would let him go into the last year of his contract especially
Rogers came out the other week and said, last week or something, and said that he told the board that he wanted Greg Taylor to be offered a new contract, that kind of thing.
Aye.
But Greg Taylor came out a wee bit before that and said that there was nothing happening with it. So it's one of the ones you don't know what's going on, but for me, that's worrying for me. I mean, because I know a lot of you don't like Greg Taylor, but I'd rather have Greg Taylor that's sitting there than nobody.
It's unusual for us to let him get into last year of contract, especially when it's playing in the first team, without trying to punt them and get money on them. But sorry, mate.
Is it going to be? I mean, I've seen people talking about it and that as well. Like Greg Taylor starting playing this weird kind of. But Andrew's playing in this kind of inverted full-back, wing-back role, whatever you want to call it. Is Rogers just like tweaked his tactics to suit Greg Taylor, and he's going to be happy with him in the Champions League, and maybe bringing in like the young boy just talking about him. It was at Dundee. I'm not going to because it's no Doak. That's why I get mixed up with Owen Beck, wasn't it? We're going to bring him in. Do you know what I mean? And it's him to push Taylor and keep Taylor on his toes for a couple of years and then take over for Taylor, which would be what we're basically doing with kind of Schmeichel and the young goalkeeper.
Beck was horrendous against us the last game. He was very lucky.
Can't he just judge players in one game? But do you know what I mean? Because he's played better games. Do you know what I mean?
He's a decent game against us the first time round, but the last game he was lousy. But granted, he's a young boy. He's got to learn. He's got to get through this to improve and progress. But
if that's who Rogers wants, that's what as I say, I'm just putting all my faith and trust in him this Monday, Jerry.
Yep, that's what I just couldn't agree more. So we'll just need to wait and see. As I say, I'm no overly confident with this board, but as you say, Rogers is relaxed, and I think he's the one that's pulling the trigger on the transfers. But our board's got previous for dilly-dallying and messing about, so that's obviously pissing us off as well. But we'll need to. We've got 3 weeks to go. We'll just need to see how it plays out. As it stands, the first 11 is stronger than last season's first 11. However, the squad's a lot weaker.
Did you say? Aye, probably.
No, it is. I mean, we're missing Ida. We've no other striker backup. We've got rid of a couple. So,
but we're stronger in the goalkeeping department.
Much stronger. But you can only play one of them at a time. And then there's no strikers. Well, if we've got Kyogo, I don't know. Zoe Bernardo's just in the door, thankfully. We've got rid of a couple of them. So, we need to get a couple in.
I think there'll still be a few more to get as well.
There's got to be.
Even loans in that. I mean, I was surprised that Home came on the day. Pleasantly surprised me that kind of thing. Just with what Rogers had said about him and Big Boss, and I didn't think either two of them were going to get stiff this season at all. No,
it's when I seen him getting warmed up and get ready to come on. I was kind of glad. So I'm hoping that it's a sign that there's a player there, because this time last season, Mark, us two were hopeful that he was going to be a right good player. We need everything pointed at me about a right good signing.
Aye.
So I'm hoping that he's going to do something and be an asset for us.
I'd even Papa Mouton loan to a Scottish team.
Oh, we've got that many midfielders there. But the likes of there's Home, Awata, Kwon, Lowell. We've kind of got an abundance there they're not all going to be getting used.
No, I think Lowell will get him loan again.
Lowell, I think so. But I'd hopefully try and put my team up here.
Aye. I think. I mean, he done well. I mean, I know the team get relegated, but he was getting rave reviews and all that and stuff, and his stats and everything that when he was doing it at Fleetwood.
I get the player here, did they know?
I think he did. I think he maybe did.
I think he did it. I seen, again, it's only snippets. They can look good, but he was striking out of defence with a ball, beating a man. People keep saying to me he's clumsy and he's slow, but the snippets I seen, he didn't look slow at all. He looked quite comfortable on the ball. He was taking the ball forward, no bother. But again, it was only some bits, wee snippets I seen.
But I just think he's at that kind of stage. There's no point in him just like being at Celtic doing nothing. Do you know what I mean? See if Brendan Rodgers is saying he needs to learn this and do this. The only way he's going to do that is being out there playing games.
Yep, definitely.
And, I mean, it's fair dues getting getting the experience of being in a first team squad and playing every week and what that entails and that be doing with Fleetwood, but you know, like a loan up here, say somebody like that, even somebody like Kilmarnock, saying that maybe know that they've still got that plastic pitch down, haven't they? Maybe know them they know, but you know what I mean when you're wanting to learn how to control the ball better, maybe no ideal to go and learn on that, but well, they're somebody like St Mirren. I mean, they're St Mirren. You game like St Mirren, they broke that corner on leaps and bounds last year.
Yeah, they looked decent the other night.
Aye.
Looked decent the other night. There's Henke, Law looked like VVD, and it's riding up the park. It reminded me, that's kind of, obviously not that standard, but that's what I was thinking of when I see them going up the park, carrying the ball up the park. But we'll wait and see.
There's definitely a player in there.
Yep.
You know what I mean? There definitely is. And it was one of these signings that a lot of people doing in England go, well, what's he going up there for? You know what I mean? A lot because he was that highly rated when he was doing it at Watford as a youngster. So, but I mean, it's just a case of new, and I think, and for me, this is one of the good things about Rodgers. He always talks about how he likes to bring on young players and stuff like that, and that's always been his kind of motto. And he always goes on about even like when he was a Chelsea youth coach and he was this and that, and how he likes to bring on and help young players develop on and after the park and stuff like that. So I do think that if there's a player in Big Boss, and that Rodgers will definitely bring it out in him.
He was doing the attitude
right?
as well. They've got the right attitude.
You've got to kind of put your feet. See if you're a young player in that. I mean, it's like all these young players that are leaving, like Vata. I don't know what's happening with that Kelly, but it's like if somebody like Rodgers is trying to tell you, look, do this, we'll do this, and stick with us. Do you know what I mean? We'll do this with you, and we'll get you up to this level, and then like saying to Vata, you were going to be the third choice striker this season. Well, that was true. I know, I don't know, but if the players not got the right attitude, the manager's not going to offer them these chances. But the player still needs to show the attitude that he trusts the manager with his career. Do you know what I mean? It is his career. Right. Do you know what I mean? Whatever manager you're working with, whatever time can either make or break your full entire career. Whether you're a 16, 17-year-old boy or whether you're a 28, 29-year-old hairy-ass professional. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
But I think they've got the right. I mean, it's one of the things about why Rodgers is an elite level manager. He's the kind of full package. Do you know what I mean? It's like you Neil Lennon, you'd the kind of pub thumping, ball and shouting, angry man firing the players up that would run through a brick wall for him. Whereas then you went to Ronnie, and Ronnie was more about tactics and this and, do you know what I mean, coaching and developing stuff, but no very, like, maybe confident when it came to how he presented himself, and I think that came across as a weakness to a lot of people. Do you know what I mean? The spot, and obviously it got to him, the amount of spotlight and the pressure of the job, but he didn't have that kind of confidence in himself to project what he wanted publicly and put his own kind of stamp on things and demand certain things. Whereas Rodgers, he's been there and done it. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing that a player will come to Rodgers' way with a problem or anything like that Rodgers hasn't dealt with in the past.
Aye.
You know what I mean? When you think he's somebody, down in Liverpool, down in Leicester, young boys with crazy money, do you know what I mean? even stupid things, or drove and crashed their motor or got a lassie into trouble or stuff like that. Brendan Rodgers will dealt with all these problems with young players like that for donkey's years. And we know for a fact that he'll know the exact way to treat it, the way he talks and everything Brendan Rodgers says is a well thought out plan. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
He's that intelligent kind of thing. I've said it before. What I'm doing in England, he knows. I mean, they're talking about world class journalists like they've got doing in England that will get right into stories and dig deep on stuff. Knows their fit by inside out and that as well. He's dealt with him for so many years. He's coming up here and dealing with the monkeys we've got, like Keith Jackson and idiots like that. They're asking all these stupid questions here. And he just bats them away. He can play the press like a fiddle up here, so he can, Brendan Rodgers. That's I don't know where that rant came from here, but
it's no sweat, mate. No bother.
I mean, when you think back to some of the grief he got last year, Rodgers for Celtic fans and the press, the way the press treated him and all that, and then for him to go and win the double for us, shut them up, and then, I mean, we're flying now. But the team we've got, even if we only get Idan, we'll probably still win the treble up here, even if we only went out and bought Adam Ida. Do you know what I mean? The way the team, he's got that team playing in the actual, because they've got worse. We've got weaker because Ida's not there. But if you just even brought him back, we're as good a team as we were last season. But we're playing better football, looking at a better team. The way we were pinging the ball about and stuff like that. We'll still probably win the treble, at least the double. But that's not the aim. Do you know what I mean? We want to take that next step on.
Of course.
And that's where maybe I just taking the time to get the right players that Rodgers wants to take us on to that next level.
Aye.
I mean, I keep saying it, people forget, but I mean, Carter Vickers held out and talking to other teams and all that to the last day of the transfer window before he signed for us.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? So there'll be a lot of that, and maybe, well, I'm hoping it's that kind of thing, that some of the players that we're trying to target are maybe waiting to see what other offers they're getting, because of that kind of level that they're no. I mean, a lot of the signings we made last summer, it's a case of the problem of Celtics wanting me, right, much of the offer, no bother, we'll take that. Whereas I'm hoping it's players that are like, oh, I don't know, I've got a chance to move to Italy and I've got a chance, do you know what I mean? It's a quality player that's got options, and it just takes time for the deals to get done.
Aye, don't get me wrong. We know that there'll be players holding out to as long as possible to see who comes in. We've got 3 weeks to go. I just hope that we're not putting all our eggs in one basket and leaving ourselves short, because we've got previous for that. So
ends up like an Eddie Howe kind of situation.
Yep. And as I say, we got lucky with getting Ange. It was a fluke. So I just hope we've got a few irons there to get pulled out. Or you don't really want to give players ultimatums, but we don't want to be left short either. Somebody had asked about quality, what quality we need, but for me, we need a left back, a centre half, and a striker in minimum, possibly 2 strikers.
I'd say that's a minimum as well. Aye.
Somebody else. Just got
to see for the left back. I'm actually at the point that I don't think it's going to be an out and out replacement for Greg Taylor.
You think it's got to be somebody
again, depending on what's going to happen with this contract over the next couple of weeks.
Yep.
We can't unless, I mean, see if they're only arguing or something stupid. Do you know what I mean? Whatever a percentage of like image rights or stupid shit like that. You can accept that and it can run on. Right, but see if this window shuts and there's kind of no movement on the Greg Taylor thing. That's a big worry. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
Because even at that, even if you get into last year's deal, if you've got to leave for nothing next year, we're looking for a left back again. That's going to be for the last 8 windies or something. Celtic's been looking for a left back.
Aye.
just a sign again of poor recruitment. I mean, the Burnaby deal, £3.5 million, that's shocking. See whoever sanctioned that, they should have been sacked in the spot for that deal.
I think they were, but they know.
Who was it? Don Mackay?
Aye. Yep. Because was he no one of the ones that came in that were mumping and moaning about?
Well, Mackay, a lot of the murmurs in that was because of him with lost like Giacomakis so cheaply in that. He was putting like low ball, like buyout clauses in that in players' contracts and stuff like that.
Yep. See we're talking about the left back. I keep seeing that folks saying about the boy Anderson. But yet in the same hand, if Rodgers has seen him, the young boy Anderson, and if he's deciding to go for own, but I've seen a few of them saying we'd be better promoting Anderson rather than just going for own bet. But yet, if Rodgers is the one that's seen the two of them, and he's open or spitting that one again, he's plumping to go for own bet. It tells you that he doesn't think Anderson's Anderson's be ready, or B, he's going to be able to make the step up. So for Tristan and Rodgers, then he's making the call to go for that own bet. Then he obviously doesn't think Anderson's ready. Somebody else should put on about the boy. We spoke about it in the last pod, Marco, about the boy Ben Doak that was at us and then went to Liverpool. It looked as if the Liverpool manager was going to pump him, get him out. Somebody saying about bringing him back on loan. I can't remember what it was. Would you take him back left mid?
Nah. What's the point?
I'm the same. No, I'm the same as you. He wanted out. And obviously he's no getting a game in the first team for Liverpool. So I wouldn't be going chasing him to bring him back here.
I mean, he's not that old either, isn't he? No.
No, teenager. If that maybe 20.
I mean, if he's going out on loan, surely he's not going to come to Celtic and play every week.
Well, I was talking
and we're going to take him on loan. Sorry, what was that, Jerry?
There was talk the other week there they were looking to sell him rather than just put him out on loan. But I don't know if there's a few. I don't know what it is. There seems to be a lot of the Liverpool youth team that's either up for loan or up for sale.
That you boys maybe just had a look at it and thought it's not as strong as you would think a team like Liverpool would have. I mean, that Ben Doak, he was a good young player, but I thought it was a bit strange. Good night, Brian. Thanks very much, mate. Speak to you later,
Brian.
bud.
All the best. Sorry, Matt, what you were saying?
I mean, he was a good player for us and that, but when he did, I thought Liverpool was a big step up for him. Do you know what I mean? For a young guy that's hardly kicked a ball in anger. So I don't know what he's at his age. I don't know what he's expecting, because even if he came back to Celtic, I mean, buy him back, how much would you want for him? £500,000?
I don't know.
I mean, what's he done to want even like judge with a transfer fee when I compare him to? I think down in England they'd probably 8 million, 12 million or something. But do you get what I mean? It just he thought the grass was greener and it wasn't, sir. He's not the only one that's learned that lesson over the years, and he'll not be the last one.
Yep. I know, definitely. I mean, there's a few of them, the younger boys jumped ship to Germany, and I think they're all, they've all come back, and they're all, I say lesser clubs. Maybe they're playing first team football, but they were over there for a couple of years, done some coaching. No chance of getting in the Bayern Munich first team or wherever they were going, and they're back here now.
But I bet they've came back better. I bet they've came back better players than they would have if they'd stayed at Celtic.
You would like to think so. I'd hope so.
Do you know what I mean? That's just. I mean, is that Ryan Morrison?
Yeah, Morrison. That was the boy, and it was the centre half, ginger-headed boy. It'll come to me, but Morrison was one of them. And they were well thought of, the boys, the kids. But again, maybe it comes down to no.
That's it.
class in.
QPR. I was trying to think who he went to. Did one of the other ones not go to another English team? I know, was it Brentford or Bournemouth or something like that? No.
Beline, I can't think, mate. I can't think. But I'm like San Francel. Once you go, you're gone.
Aye. Unless it's special circumstances, do you know what I mean? There's certain times you would accept a player back, but not just a young boy. It's like people, Andy Robertson wants to play for Celtic. Aye, he'd always wanted to play for us, but he went to Liverpool. When's he going to come to Celtic? He's 33, 34. Sack that shit. Celtic's moved on for all that carry on.
Agreed, mate. Well said.
And I've said this before, right? I mean, Andy Robertson, cracking player and all that. But again, if Andy Robertson went out and grafted his arse off to become the player he is, do you know what I mean? Went away to Queen's Park, ended up at Dundee United, then doing it Hull, and then get his big move. You know what I mean? He's won European Cups and everything. That's brilliant. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
And that's the thing about it. Celtic's young players. Andy Robertson learnt more playing for Queen's Park every week, doing in the lower leagues, than our young players and our. Do you know what I mean? Doing in this lowland league shite.
Cameron just said that and all. Bayern B versus a Lowland.
Aye, that's it.
Competition,
but not even Bayern B, but even that Lowland League, absolute part-time garbage. You know, but Queen's Park are a decent run club. They're playing every week, playing against a decent standard. No top level, but for his age as a young boy, he's playing every week, learning and toughening up. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And you're not going to get that with this garbage Lowland League nonsense.
I don't know how long we'll harp on about it until they change it. It's just pish. Absolute pish.
Every time
Harry
we talk
Hepburn
about
was the other lad. That was it. Hepburn was the boy I was thinking of. Well done, Henke.
Every time we talk about young players in the youth teams and stuff like that, the same thing always comes up. It's that Lowland League's just absolutely pointless.
Aye. Well, as I said, that Darren Day had said it was up to his job now to try and bridge the gap, because he basically admitted that Lowland League was way miles away from any use for players coming through to Celtic. So it'd be interesting. He's only been into that role a couple of months ago. It'd be interesting to see what he suggests, but they need to.
I mean, Darren Day's not going to revolutionise the Scottish youth setup.
No, but they all need to kind of get together to realise that having Celtic and Rangers and whoever in this lower league, it does nothing for the Lowland League. What does it bring to the Lowland League? Do you know that MD it goes out and watches the Celtic team that will play in the games in the Lowland League?
No.
That you're to ask. So what does it bring to the Lowland League? And then what does this actually bring to Celtic? It doesn't bring any to Celtic. I say you've got these boys that are getting paid professional to train and play as professional football players, playing against boys that have been out pulling a shift the night before or the day before, the day of the game. And it's no, and then you're expecting them to come through and be able to perform in the SPL if they get a chance there. It's too big a jump, way too big a jump, and they need to find some common ground where I don't know why they've done away with the reserve league already years ago.
Money.
Money. That's what I was going to say. Any idea if it was money or what? But it's surely to God. This is going to. I know a few of them are listening. I think here he goes, man. But if they can, Celtic and Rangers and all these teams can afford to waste money on women's football.
I was just going to say that as well.
Well, would they not be better investing it in getting a return? They're not going to get a return in any of the women's football. And I'm sorry for them that likes it and listens to it. I've got daughters that play it, but it's pointless. It's just a PC. Celtic became good at that, ticking boxes. I don't know how they don't all just get together and go for it.
What's more important to the long term and bigger picture of Celtic as a football club? The youth academy and the quality coming through of that, or women's football?
It's a no-brainer. I mean, the women's team are just piggybacking on everything it's been done. Go and let them set up somewhere else. I've tell you, I'm no by any means. I've been involved in kiddies teams and all that with boys and lassies and all that. And I think it's fantastic. But for me, no, they're not going to get any return in the women's football. As you say, long term, it's if we
The
could get
youth team should be a bigger, far bigger priority at Celtic than a women's team.
Of course, agreed entirely.
Do you know what I mean? And right, Celtic's like any other big club. I'm not saying we stockpile players, but we sign a lot of young players. Do you know what I mean? We probably sign a lot of young players that coaches and scouts know aren't going to make it at Celtic. But they've got something about them, so we'll keep it. Do you know what I mean? We'll keep them close 100%. By just in case it works. But Celtic, and it's not even happening that much now because a lot of the times you don't even hear the names in that names. But early years, the case was that you went through the Celtic youth system, maybe got a chance in a couple of league games in that, and you would decide you weren't good enough. Because you weren't good enough for Celtic didn't mean you weren't good enough to play for another team.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of Celtic youth players at Celtic that came through the youth system and weren't good enough for Celtic their own and had good careers. Maybe no great careers, but do you know what I mean? Alex Ray, fair dues. I mean, he came through the Celtic youth system and away in won leagues in that with Rangers.
Yep.
So there is. Do you know what I mean? Maybe, you're maybe not good enough for Celtic, but you're good enough to end up eventually playing for Rangers back in the day. And things like that happen. But the way it's gone to now, I mean, even getting down to the next three superstars we had in the world, Young Dembele, Islam Farouz, and I think the young guy got injured right enough. But mind the young boy was voted one of the best players in the world for under 16s or something like that a few years back.
No, you get Brendan, the boy Miller.
Aye, Calvin Miller. Where's he?
Well, remember he got changed from being a striker to a right wing back or something, left wing back. And everybody was saying he'd been Brendan.
Right. Aye, that's right. Aye, but I mean, who is he still even playing for now?
We've not had a problem. Scotland's not had a problem producing world-class kids. Celtic, it's getting them at the next level, but they need a pathway and they need to have the right attitude as well. But if they had the reserve football, then there's a far greater chance that they're going to succeed. I would like to know, these ones that know about running Scottish football and all that, to be able to come out and say it if the fans try and justify the reasoning behind not having the teams in the Lowland League or not having a reserve league, and see what they think of that.
But sorry, Jerry, what was that?
I was saying I'd like to see these ones when the ex-professionals or the ones that run the Scottish game come out and say why they've got they think it's a good idea and likes the Celtic, Rangers and all that in this Lowland League, but not have a reserve league. How can it be beneficial for the for the clubs and for the kids get to the next level?
Okay. They're playing all this money. For years they've done it. They've brought in all these folk that were going to revolutionise stuff and think tanks of how to improve grassroots levels of football and stuff like that. But people, they've not got a clue. I mean, the SFP and the SPFL and they're a bit like Celtic. There's no modern thinking. Do you know what I mean? There's no modern trying to better. The SPFL and the SFA, they don't do much to better the game in Scotland, do they?
No, definitely not.
I mean, they really don't. I mean, why is it like, say, the SFA, even the SPFL can't, see, like during the summer holidays and that, they football camps for kids?
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? Stuff like that. Where even young kids will maybe even get a chance to be spotted or scouted with like even scouts for weird teams like your Ackies and teams like that. Do you know what I mean? Young players that maybe aren't in their local team but have got a bit about them. But there's no, because kids aren't allowed to play out in the streets and that anymore.
Nah, it's a shame. It's.
I mean,
It's not.
you've been involved in that, Jerry. Do you know what I mean? How hard is it to get a park to even? I mean, the parks are the football parks are all padlocked up and everything.
Exactly what I was about to say. They're off fenced off, and it's they're making it harder for kids with the cost of pitches and booking places and all the rules and regulations. It's not like before when you used to have pit jumpers down and have 20 feet. Or the pitch. I mean, you see anywhere like about us, it used to be bit of grass that we played football, and it's all meadows and full of flowers and all that stuff. And then the Astro pitch, there's a wee Astro pitch at school, it's padlocked up. There's a new one just built, it's padlocked up because you're not wanting to get it vandalised. The grass pitches, I know they're for the dog walking and all the rest of dog training, but you don't see kids out kicking a ball anymore either as much as they were back in the day. They all want to sit in the house like wee weirdos with the headphones on.
Aye, they'd be better at FIFA. Do you know what I mean? They're trying to make money at FIFA and end up becoming a professional football player and stuff like that.
Aye, wild, man. I don't understand. I'm glad I grew up when I did. Well, I lived when I did. No, maybe no. I've still to grow
I
up.
was going to say that, aye.
Right,
Evening,
that's
Smell the
nice.
Gov. Nice to see you, bud.
Look
Just finishing up there. I was just going to say that there too, aye.
at these much walked, man, in the rain. And it was good that Jabber that came on.
Aye. He's
Aye.
getting pelters. Get him message pelters he's getting the night.
New number. I never had his.
Oh, there you've cut off now, Jerry. Oh, you're away then. Right, well, that's Big Jerry away anyway, just cut off. Thanks very much, Jerry, for coming on. Greg as well, thanks for jumping on for a wee while. Just get your phone sorted out, bud. Everybody in the live chat, thanks very much for joining in. Hope you enjoyed it. A bit of crack that. Great game of the day. We're all happy. Time, depending what's happening during the week, we'll maybe do a wee podcast on Thursday or that. Even try and get JFP on because he can't make a Sunday night. It'd be good to get JFP on for a wee moaning session. Right, remember, hit the like button. If you know how, please leave a comment. Good night, lads. Hail, hail. God bless.